So what you will do is you will tell me what did you play and then we will discuss.
Oh,
So even though this
it
is
was
a
yesterday's game, huh?
either yesterday or either 2 days before, not too old but not very recent also.
Hope I remember. Okay.
So you can think what did you play, or you can even think like what generally you play.
See what happens, no? In some of the games, they open with that A7 or H7. Then or that C also, C7. Some of them open with C7. Then sort of, I don't know, like,
Yeah, so no problem. You follow the opening principle, and if there is anything specific, that will prepare.
okay.
So in this game, we'll see first few moves. You started with e4. Now your opponent played knight f6.
I played my knight to C3.
So knight c3 is totally a good move, but knight f6 is a very specific opening. So for example, knight c6 right now is totally okay, but I will also share how you can play some other moves.
Okay.
So that next time after you play e4, and if your opponent plays this knight f6, then you can play all those moves. For example, right now this pawn is under attack, right?
Yes.
And you can play knight c3 to defend that. But you can also do, for example, you can play e5.
Okay.
Now your pawn is no longer on e4, neither attacked. You moved one square ahead and also attacking the knight who was attacking you.
Okay.
Now, so what do you think where this knight will move? Your pawn is attacking this knight.
Come to the center. E4.
Where?
E4.
Let's see. So suppose if you go to e4,
Again, an attack with D3. Yeah?
suppose I'm just thinking, suppose if you do d3, then where will you go?
Go to C5.
c5. Okay. And suppose if I play b4,
The bishop also could have played, no? C E3.
bishop e3, you will play any pawn save your knight.
Okay. Okay. Right. So where he can go? Wants to be in the middle. You go to E6.
e6. Okay. And suppose if I play d4,
He captures. I capture with my queen, so he won't capture. Okay. Bring this another problem. C5.
c5. Okay. And suppose if I play d5.
Mm. So that attack is
So the main reason is that black is just running away with this knight,
yes.
and these three pawns has already reached in the center.
Yeah.
This is clearly not good for white, good for black, because all of his pieces can jump at any time. Everyone is ready,
Yes. Yes.
and black, all of the pieces are blocked.
Okay.
So
So
that
next
is
time when that knight comes, I have to just keep moving my pawns and attack the knight
no,
via
there
the
is
knight.
a no, there is a way to do that. That we'll see. So, for example, after this move, generally, if black knows this opening, if he goes for this, then you already saw it is not good.
Okay.
So after this, black has to go to d5.
Okay.
And after d5, you can again attack this knight. You will play c4.
Yeah.
Now, this knight, suppose if it is goes to, for example, f4, then even you can play d4, controlling the so many squares in the center at the same time, discover attack on the knight.
Oh, this bishop is attacking. Okay. Hmm.
Now, knight may have to go to somewhere on g6, but if you see the position, all of his pieces are blocked. The knight has moved too many squares. You are controlling the center, and all of your pieces are free to move.
Yes.
So this is good for white.
Okay.
And after this, so this move is not good for black. He can't go there because of this pawn. He can't go there because of these two pawns. And he can go there also, but this is also not good because you can simply play st,
Yeah.
and then he has to go back. So after this c4 move, the move, like standard move for black is he has to go to directly to b6.
Okay.
So he seems to be attacking this pawn, but no need to worry because your bishop is defending.
Yeah.
Now, because his knight has wasted too many moves, what you will do, you will take control of the center, you will play d4.
Okay.
Now, these pawns are controlling too many squares. This is clearly good for white, positionally.
Yeah.
Now, after that, you can follow basic principle. Like I will just show, most likely in this position, black should play d6 to strike in the center.
Okay.
When he play d6, you cannot wait because if you try to develop your piece, he will take this pawn and then your center is weak.
Yes.
What you will do is you will capture this one.
Okay.
Then whatever he does, he captured by this pawn or that pawn, it doesn't matter. He will most likely maybe capture with this pawn, and then you simply keep developing. Develop this knight, play this bishop, and develop this bishop. Then it's totally good.
He can capture with the queen also in case he doesn't want to open that. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, but capturing with the queen is when your all the other
Too
pieces are
early.
not developed, there is no point.
Yeah.
So that is why most likely you'll capture with pawn, and then you can simply develop your pieces. And these two pawn will be very good in middle game and in the end game.
Yes.
They are controlling these important square in the center.
Now
So
this position, like that C2 pawn has come out, right? Generally, of course, C and F pawns we don't move, no, on the special circumstances, of course. So the idea is castling on the king side, huh?
yeah, most likely you will castle on the king side
Yeah,
only.
king side also. Okay.
Yes. So this is like on the left below corner, you can also see the name of the opening is Alekhine Defense, 4 pawn attack.
Where it's written somewhere?
On the left side below corner, can you see this?
Ah, yeah, yeah. Whole pawn attack. Okay, okay.
So
Right.
Alekhine was one of the world champion.
On his name. Okay.
So this opening is of his name, 4 pawn attack. Basically, you are using the pawn in the center to attack on black. Because he gave you chance by playing this knight in the beginning, and this pawn this pawn you use to start this attack. And then these two pawns occupy the center, and now you will play simply by following the opening principles. So next time, whenever you play e4, and if your opponent plays knight, try this move also.
Yes, yes.
Now we'll see what happened.
Yesterday, what happened? No, that leeches directly through Google. I went. Then I don't know what I clicked. It was all anonymous. Anonymous. It came, and that game also was. And then my net created some problem. So I just refreshed. Means it shows I have resigned. Actually, I had great plans for attack, and that game
Maybe
is not showing anywhere. Like
I think maybe because you did not logged in before playing.
anonymous. It is come. My name also didn't come. It is just
No, because you did not log into your account.
okay. Okay. Straight away, if we play, it will be anonymous.
Yes, straight away you
And it
started
won't be
playing.
saved also, huh?
Yes, if you don't log into your account, then it will not be saved.
Okay.
So that's why every time you play, log into your account and then do whatever you want, so
Yes,
that
yes.
these will be saved.
Mm.
Okay, so after e4, knight f6, you are saying you played knight c3, right?
Yeah, knight c3.
Now your opponent played d5.
Mm.
Now tell me, what will you do?
I played d3.
d3. Okay. Let's see. Now,
Capture. D captures. Yeah.
now queen capture, and now you cannot capture with your knight because then you will lose this pawn.
Yeah.
So that's why you
Especially
have
with
to.
my king.
And now you lost your castling, right?
Yes.
So to avoid all this, I think in this position, what you can do is you can even play e5 right now also.
Okay.
So now suppose if this knight moves, this knight has to move. This knight cannot come into the center because his pawn is there. He cannot come to g4 because of the queen, cannot go to h5 because of the queen. And if he goes back, then it is a very bad move because he came from that square only. So most likely he will go to d7. And this knight goes to d7. Then what will you do?
Capture the pawn. Like capture d5. And he will capture this. So, okay.
Will take control of the center first.
Okay.
Now these two pawns are strong. He cannot capture, and now you are ready to catch.
Yes.
So this is also good for white.
Yeah.
Controlling these many squares in the center, and his pieces are looked very cramped. This is one move you can play, and after this he can even do, for example, he can attack your knight also.
Yes.
So now he's saying, if you capture my knight, I will capture yours.
Yes.
So no problem, you can capture this knight, let him capture, and now you can play, maybe, for example, no need to capture right away because your this bishop is still blocked. You can play d3 first,
Okay.
because if this pawn capture, then you capture with your bishop.
The
Your
bishop.
bishop is very good.
Okay.
Then this bishop goes to e2, and then knight there. Or if you think your bishop is not good there, first you can play g3 and develop your bishop this way, go to g2.
Yes.
So these are the few ideas that you can use, basically to avoid losing the castling right. So let's see. Okay, king captures. Now what did he play? He plays e6. Now tell me, what will you play?
Mhm. Should I do? Bishop. Let's go. What I played in the game or new? What I'm thinking now.
Both. You have to tell me both.
I think I played my knight, but now I'm thinking it's better to move my bishop. It is best. Because here only one move is required for castling. Castling rights I lost, no, actually. Oh, knight f3.
Knight f3 you played, or you think you should play, or both are same?
I played, I think. I played f3, knight f3.
Okay, let's see. I think you played the bishop f4. So let's see who is correct.
Maybe.
So you played bishop f4. I think during the game you thought you have castling right, but you didn't.
Yeah. Now also, no. The king is moved. I thought I'll nicely one move, then I can castle. So I moved my bishop.
That is why we have to remember from first move what is happening.
Yeah.
Okay, after
Not to lose
this,
my queen. No, this opponent, some opponents, they just attack the queen only. Like even if they lose the queen, no, they feel it's okay.
because
They are,
they are forcing you to lose your castling right.
yeah.
Okay, now I even remember what black played. Black played bishop d6, I think. Let's see. So he played bishop d6. Okay, this is one of the important moment. What do you think? What you played, and what you should have. Take your time. You can take 5 minutes. This is an important moment. That's why I remember all these moves. So think.
Attacking my bishop.
Very important moment of the game. So you can take your time.
I think I moved my bishop to e3.
Then why did you move to
But
f4
but
if you had to
there
come back?
were other options also. Like I could have moved to g3 or the knight to h3. H3, yeah.
Now, do you
Protect
think?
my bishop. Of course, knight to a corner is again a big problem.
Yes.
But otherwise, knight can come to e2 also to protect my bishop.
And your f1 bishop is blocked.
But I think I just moved my bishop to e3.
Okay, tell me
So
one
my
thing. When your any piece is under attack, what do you think? What are the options do you have? We have discussed this, so you have to remember and tell me. And this was one of your homework also to revise things from your register. So now tell me, when a piece is under attack, what are the things you can do?
one I can move that piece under attack.
Okay,
Two I can defend it with some other one of my pieces.
okay,
Or I can block that.
okay,
Block with
and
block the square from where it's attacking. No, I can block that.
and
Uh, Attack one of their pieces, opponent's piece. The
yeah, you
best
can.
part is I should have moved e5.
No, that of course we'll discuss. So the next thing is you can also attack the piece who is attacking you,
Yes.
and you can also attack any other piece which is of equal value, that is piece being attacked.
Yes.
So now, considering all those things, now think.
I should have moved my e5.
Okay, think on e5. What will happen if you play e5?
Yeah, I played my bishop to. Did I play? Mm,
No, we will see what you played. You, of course, you played your bishop, but now we are thinking what will happen if you play e5.
the volume is very low. 1 second. The fan.
Yeah, so I was saying that you played your bishop, of course, but now we are thinking what will happen if you use some other ways. For example, what will happen if you play e5?
Okay. Other options available are
Now, first calculate on this, then
okay.
we'll go to the next.
Like what? My bishop on.
Which move did you propose?
I moved my bishop to e3, I think.
No, that is what you played. I am asking which
Okay.
move you proposed right now.
Right now, e5.
So think on e5.
e5 because the sixth rank, both the knight, bishop on the sixth rank. It's attacking both the pieces.
So think after e5 what black will do.
e5. So I can move the bishop, we can move the knight. Knight can come here to e4. Or so I can. Knight, black will move its knight to e4.
e4.
Attack my
Okay.
knight.
Then
So it's attacking my knight.
then
I should do. I capture the knight.
then why he will blunder his knight like this?
Because either of the two pieces is losing, so he's.
So in this position you should have played e5.
Yes.
Because you are not only blocking this attack from this bishop, you are at the same time attacking also the two piece.
Yes.
So now this is a, like this we have seen, this is called pawn fork, right?
Took. Yeah.
So now if we save his bishop by moving somewhere, you are capturing the knight. If he move his knight somewhere, you are capturing the bishop.
Bishop. Yes.
So now suppose if
And
he
this I should be able to see, no, like on the same rank, any of the two pieces come, I should think about captures. Okay.
yeah, this also, and when your piece is under attack, think all those ways that you can defend.
Okay.
So now suppose if you play knight d5, try to attack your knight, no worry, you simply capture the bishop.
Okay. Because
Now if
knight is defended also. Okay.
you want a piece,
Yes.
you have a 3 minor piece, he has 2 minor pieces.
Yes.
So this is clearly winning. So after this e5, there is only one move which will save him then losing a piece. Can you find that?
He'll capture my pawn with the bishop.
Don't you think that is losing? If you capture your pawn, you capture with your bishop.
Yeah. Then you can move the knight.
No, but you already won a bishop, right?
Yeah,
So he's already a piece down.
down.
So the idea behind moving
Stay.
e5 was that this e5 is supported by your bishop.
Yes.
That is why capturing this pawn is a blunder.
Okay.
So now your task is that suppose you are playing as white. Think you are playing as black. Think for black. Your opponent played e5 and your two pieces are under attack. How can you save both of them, or at least reach a position where if you lose one piece, you can capture your opponent piece so that it's equal? As black, what will you do?
Knight. What will do? Knight c6. Knight c6. Okay, the knight c6, but it will move there. Goes there. Knight c6.
If you play knight c6, you are losing your either bishop or knight.
Should I do?
You can take 4 minutes to think on this and tell me, if you're playing as black, how will you save both of your piece, or at least if you lose one, you should get your opponent one piece. After 4 minutes, I will share the picture of this position. That will be your homework to find, and we will continue next moves.
Knight g4. Knight g4. Bring my knight to g4. Then this comes. I bring my knight to g4.
What is the idea?
Next, I will come to f2. Knight captures f2. Check. And attack the rook.
Okay, so you are saying after knight g4, suppose if e capture on d6, you will play knight capture on f2 check.
Yes.
And win the rook.
Yeah.
Okay, this is good idea. Let me think.
So he captures my bishop. I take the pawn. So first. If that bishop moves here, what is happening? Bishop here. Okay.
Okay, suppose after knight g4, he simply plays king e1, then?
I capture the rook.
Rook?
No, but my knight is on 4 only, now g4 only.
Yes.
Not come to. Okay.
Like he did not capture your bishop. He saw your plan, and that's why he played king e1.
Okay.
Now what will you do?
I will bring my bishop to c5.
Yes, so when he move his king, your knight is already saved on g4. You can simply move your bishop, or you can even capture the pawn on e5 with your knight or with your bishop.
Yes.
Because now this e5 pawn is attacked twice.
Yes.
So this is one of the good way to save. So for example, if you play knight g4, now the threat is if I capture your bishop, you will play knight f2.
Yes. Yeah.
This is
Take a
good.
check, attack on the rook.
And
Yes.
after this, if I don't capture, if I play this, now you can even capture this.
Yeah. So both this okay.
And so this is a good way to
If
defend.
he
But
doesn't, if we don't capture that e5, my rook is on, my knight is on g4.
you can play c5 also.
Play this, yeah. This move.
Attack twice.
Attacking with this. Okay.
Now he has to play bishop e3 to block.
Hmm.
Now what you can do is you can even capture this bishop first, then he capture with his pawn, then you capture this pawn also.
Yes.
Now you are threatening this side.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
for example, after this g4, I capture bishop, you give check, I play king e1, you capture the rook, for example, I
Rook.
capture this pawn.
Yes.
Now your knight is under attack, you play your knight to c4.
Yes.
Now what I can play, for example,
That knight has gone to that corner now.
yeah, that's why I'm thinking just to play, for example,
Yeah, g3. If you play g3 also.
yeah, I like g3 or even g4, because if I play g3, you know that I am going to play this bishop and capture you.
Yes.
So what you can do is you can sacrifice your knight for a pawn.
Okay.
So that's why I don't want to give you a pawn also. So I can play g4.
Okay.
So that you don't get a pawn for free.
Okay. Yes.
And now whatever you do, I will play this. And now this knight is trapped.
Yes.
So now I lost one rook, but I am able to capture one knight and one bishop,
Yes.
which is good.
Yeah.
So, but this for but calculating this much is a bit difficult. So I
It's
don't
for
think
me.
so. I don't think your
Very,
opponent
very
will be able to
difficult for
capture.
me. But
So after this e5, there is one more move that can achieve the same purpose. You can play knight h5.
okay.
The idea is bishop on f4 is undefended.
Yes.
If he capture your bishop, you will capture his bishop.
Will capture mass. Okay.
Simple. And if you try to save his bishop, you will save your bishop.
Yes.
So this is how also you can defend.
Okay.
Knight g4 is also good, but if your opponent is able to calculate all that, then your knight on h1 is trapped.
Yes.
So these kind of moves, you always keep looking that when there are two pieces just leaving one square, these kind of fork may be there.
Yeah.
Let's continue the game. Bishop e3.
Okay. Now it is.
Okay, you played bishop e2, right?
Yeah.
Why only e2? Why not something else? Like you can
I
develop
could
this
have gone
bishop
till
to
there and
c4
given
also.
check also.
No, but if you
But
give
he
check,
check.
he can simply
This
play
pawn
this.
will move. Yeah.
So you
No,
again have to come
because
back.
Yeah, because that king, no, first thing is I thought the king nobody to nearby, like none of the pieces are near the king. So I thought let me
No,
be
but what
near
is
the
the
king.
threat to your king?
Now to no threat at all, absolutely.
Then you can simply play bishop
Why
c4 and
not move
pressure
it
on
there?
this.
Pressure on this. Yes.
And then you can play this king somewhere on e to bring this rook also into the game.
Also here. Yes. Yeah.
Bishop bishop e2 is also good. Bishop c4 is more active.
Yes. This is passive, no? Use some no, this bishop game.
Now what will you do? Or what you did?
Play h3.
h3, but suppose if he moved this bishop with the intention of capturing your bishop, then what is the benefit of playing h3?
I
Because
should play f3. F3 I should play.
if you want to save your bishop,
F3.
so if you want to save your bishop, you can play f3. If you don't want to save your bishop, or you can simply develop your knight also.
Knight also, yes. Oh, yes.
Now, if he captures, you can decide. You can capture with your pawn also, and then this g file is open for your rook. Bring your rook on g.
Yes. Capture with the
Because
bishop also. No.
if you capture with
Hmm.
your bishop, then your bishop is bit blocked by these 2 pawns.
Okay. So never block the bishop. Okay.
So now, if you capture with your pawn, you are getting the open g file. This bishop can jump to on this diagonal.
Yes.
So this is so whenever your opponent try to threaten a defended piece, like this bishop is defended.
Hmm.
So no need to waste a move to attack that piece where he can simply move back or exchange. So this h3 will be a waste of time. So you can make use of this move for piece development.
Developing there. Okay.
And it's easy because this knight is still undeveloped.
Yes.
And you have all of your 4 pieces developed. So it will be a
Yes.
good advantage. So he captured. So his intention was capturing only. So he captured.
Hmm.
And now
Capture
capture
with my knight.
which knight?
G.
Yeah, why not capture with this knight?
Because I can bring my king there and get my rooks connected.
That is also one of the reasons, but the more important is you capture with your G knight because it will help you to develop your G knight.
Okay.
This knight is already developed.
Developed. Okay.
Now this knight need to be developed. That is why you will play G, and then this
Hmm.
knight can jump D squares.
Okay. Oh.
Okay, now what did you play? A3.
Bishop to d2, I think.
Bishop to D2. But why bishop to D2?
Did I play that or a3? Because I don't want this to be open. No b, like if it captures my knight, then b2 captures.
No, why B2 capture? Are you forced to capture with B2 pawn?
Oh, I can capture with the other knight also.
And
Yes, yes.
and your other knight is going into the center.
Center, yeah. So I need not have bothered about the bishop for this. I
Yes,
think I moved my bishop. I didn't see this knight only. Oh God.
these two
Hmm.
knights are very nicely defending each other.
Connected also. Yes.
So now what should be your target? Your target should be connect your
Yeah.
rooks.
Yes.
What you can do is you can simply play king d2.
Okay.
Now if he capture, he is wasting the moves.
Yes.
Your knight is already in the center.
Center. Yes.
Now suppose if he castles, now you can play this rook, a rook to d1.
Okay.
Now if you give you check, you will go to c1.
Okay.
Capture your rook, you will capture with this rook.
This rook. Yes.
See the pieces. Your rook is controlling d file.
Yes. Now it
Bishop,
can give check.
bishop is controlling these two diagonals.
Yeah.
Knight is controlling the center. And
Hmm.
see the his piece. Where is rook? Where is this knight?
Yes.
So this is called positional advantage.
Okay.
That your position is good.
Yes.
So
So
it
these are so many calculations you did, no? Like when the bishop came, attack, this knight came from G. And
so
although this castling rights was lost, the king could come to
so
C.
yeah, this is basically a formulating a plan.
Hmm.
So the plan is that this knight is well defended by this knight. So I no need to worry about this. Second, my objective is I want to connect this rook. How can I connect and
Yeah.
where do I want this rook? Basically, we have seen that one rook should come on
Yes.
d1, the other rook should come on e1.
Oh, yes.
And now we see the king is already on d1.
Yes.
So to make these both of rook come on d1, e1, either this king has to go to c1 or the king has to go to f1.
Yes.
But if you want to go to f1, you will take so many moves.
Yeah.
If you want to go to c1, you will only take two moves. First, you will go to d2, move your rook, and go to c1.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
this is a bit quicker and faster.
Hmm.
So that is why you will just ignore these moves. You will play d2, and now your rooks are connected. You are ready to play this rook to d1 and then play king c1. Your king is also
Yes.
safe. Your rooks are connected.
Yeah. And here, because of course this bishop is going to attack, then I can move the king to B, no, B1 later in the game, like if need arises.
Yeah, if there is a need, then you can play. But your main
Then you
objective
can.
is
Then not one objective. Okay.
yes.
Great. Got it.
So after this, let's see what did you play. You played a3.
I didn't see my knight. I would have played my bishop. What did I do?
Now you capture with your knight only. So this a3 was a waste of time.
Yes.
So this a3 you could have used by moving your king.
Removing this. Yes.
So these are the very small things that improve your position.
Yeah.
Okay, so king
Yeah, I'm
e2 is
going this side.
yeah this
Why
side.
I'm going this side, I don't know. Hmm.
This side is also okay, but then you will be blocking your this rook when it goes to e1.
Yeah.
So, but this is also totally fine. You can also go to f1 when this rook comes on e1.
Okay.
Both idea because there is no longer knight on e2.
Okay.
Ideas are similar.
Okay.
Rook d1 is not a good move because where this rook will go then?
Blocking this. Yeah, I should have come to E1.
You come to e1 and then whatever he does, then you play this rook also.
This rook. Yes.
Then he will play something. Then he move your king. Now these two rooks are there.
Yes.
This is the structure you try to achieve.
Okay.
Because now, of course, one rook is controlling this file, but this rook is out of the game.
Yeah.
So
It
that
can't
is
come
why,
out only.
yeah.
Yes.
So always remember, H rook in most of the cases should come to e1. The A rook should always come to d1.
Okay.
If there are some unique situation, then you can decide. But this is a general idea you can remember in the beginning.
Yeah. Like how AD and BC, no? So like that I should remember AD and HE.
Yes.
Okay.
So now you moved your king, but this rook is still out of the game.
This rook is still not into the game. Mm. Now I could have moved my bishop to c5. Okay, now it's black to move.
Yes, so now you moved, now he
I
played
moved
this.
this. Also attacking my bishop. Now I moved my bishop to 5. 5. I played this or okay.
C5. So see, you are attacking this knight, but where is this rook going on a1? He's getting squeezed in the corner.
Yeah, even this a1 I could have moved to b1.
No, if you moved a1 to b1, you are losing your rook.
Acha, that's why I moved that. Okay. Yes. So that's the reason I moved this.
So in this position, what you can do? I think you can exchange one pair of rooks.
Okay.
And then he captures.
Defense.
Then you have option. You
Yes.
can play bishop e7, attack rook and knight.
Yeah.
And now you are ready to
Okay.
play this queen.
Oh, wait for that and now attack the knight. Okay.
And now what he will do? If he has to save his rook, he can play.
He can come to D, no? D1 and give me check. Oh, the knight I can capture. This knight will capture. I can capture with my rook. Yeah.
Simply
Okay.
winning for white.
And now I can give him check.
This is game over. Yeah, nothing left for black to do.
Yes.
So
Oh,
after this, he has to something maybe bring his rook, and now you
okay.
can what you can do. I think you can because what he's threatening is he's threatening to capture this pawn and then defend the knight.
Yes.
So what you will do? I think you can simply capture this knight. He has to capture this pawn, and then you can play knight d5. Attack this pawn and also attack this.
He'll capture with my rook, no? D. Okay. Even now,
Now
I
it's
have
winning
one
for
more.
you. This knight is
Okay.
nothing in front of your rook.
Yes.
This this rook will
These
eat
are
out
exchanges.
all these pawns.
Yes.
Rook is very good in capturing the pawns.
The pawn. Yes.
This knight will take so many moves to move in the board.
Okay. Yeah.
So he will not do that. Most likely he can play like he may capture this pawn, then you capture this, give check, he will attack your knight. No problem, come back.
Okay.
Now he can attack your knight. You can come there, also attack the rook. So basically it's easy to play, no need to worry.
Yeah. Knight. That's what basically you taught me this.
Yeah, so in this kind of position, you have, what did you play? Let's see, what did you play? Yeah, this move is good. And now you need to think. So after bishop e7, which is a very good move, he played rook d7.
Mm.
Now think, you have a very good opportunity to get some advantage. What will you play? What did you play that we will see later, but what you should play in this moment that you think.
They've captured that knight. F6. Bishop capture F6.
Yes, you will simply capture the knight.
Because, yeah, yes, because I'm opening that G breaking the barrier. This no
That is, of course,
double
one.
pawn.
That is, of course, one point. But the most important point is you are winning a extra piece.
Oh, here also. Oh, this I didn't see. Okay, okay,
This is what you have to see.
okay. Yes.
Because when he attacked your bishop, now you can exchange your bishop with your knight. Now you are already captured a piece, and his one piece is already under attack.
Yes.
So now, if you capture your bishop, you will capture one more piece.
See, I
Now,
moved my bishop for that purpose only. And then suddenly I decide no, I played something else.
now
Suddenly I feel
you
no, I'm losing my bishop, I'm exchanging my bishop or whatever.
now you count the piece.
White is much, much better.
You have an extra knight.
Extra knight.
So this is
Yes.
clearly winning for you.
Yeah.
These are very important basic tactics that you need to calculate. So after this,
I
you
think
could.
so much before. See, I moved my bishop, as I said, to e7 to capture one of that. Then I decide no, I won't capture it.
Because you did not capture, because you did not see in the end you can capture this.
Yes.
That is why
Just so I didn't see at all.
keeping an eye on the whole chessboard is important.
The chessboard is very important. Yes.
You should see that your rook is attacking his knight. So after you capture, in the end you are getting one piece for free.
Piece more. Yes.
That is why you did not capture.
Yes.
Now also you have many options. You can even simply capture one pawn at least. Sacrifice your bishop. It doesn't matter whatever he does. You capture his knight.
Capture his knight. Yes.
So
Even
this,
now,
this all you can only see when you know you can capture them.
yes.
Right now, I think it is necessary to capture with this rook.
That knight will come. That rook will come. Okay. But two rooks. Otherwise, I would have got two rooks. Now it is one knight, one rook.
Same for your opponent also.
Same for my opponent. Yes.
Because the problem is, if you capture with your knight, then this knight is pinned.
Okay. Yes.
This rook is undefended.
Yeah.
So you cannot move this knight, because whenever you move, this rook will capture this.
Yeah. Otherwise, I have to move the knight to either to a2 or to b1.
No, if you move to b1, then also you are losing your rook.
No. That b2 rook. Rook from b2 to b1.
Yeah, that you can do, and then move your knight.
Yeah. From b2 to b1 and then. Okay.
Yeah, so these kind of threat you have to see. For example, when your opponent capture your pawn, he not only capture your pawn. You should see these kind of knight moves.
Yes. Attacking so many of my.
And you went right into his trap. You played rook b1.
Trap. Went into his trap. Trap now. Gone. If it was on b2 also, it would have been okay.
Yes. Like after this, even you should follow your same plan. You can play rook b2 and move this knight.
This
now,
one.
Now yes. This check doesn't do anything. You can play king e2 also.
This one, yes. Now if I move my knight from e3.
Now it is black to move first.
Okay, black will capture this one. No, it can't.
He cannot capture anything. What he will do, he will either like whatever. For example, whatever move, now you can move your knight also.
Yes.
And now there is a trick. For example, tell me what will you do if this knight plays knight capture on c4?
Every time I think about check, but he will move here. The king can run away. Here. I can capture, no, this knight.
See, if you capture the knight, he will exchange one pair of rooks and it is equal.
Yes.
The tactic is when he capture your knight, you already lost your knight.
Yes.
But you can capture this knight back, right?
Yes.
But you can wait for this move. First, you can capture the rook and give check.
Check. Yes.
Now the king has to move somewhere and now you capture that.
Okay.
Now see the position.
Now I'm one piece up. Yes.
Clearly winning.
Yeah.
So before
In connecting is very, very strong, no? Two connecting rooks are.
yes. So next time, before capturing any piece of your opponent, always see if you can give check from anywhere or not. That will be very good intermediary moves.
Okay.
Intermediary means to do a final move that you wanted to do, you will insert one move that will not change anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like this knight from c4, you were able to capture. You just inserted one extra move.
Yes.
And that extra move won you a rook.
Yes.
And then it will help you to win this game.
Yeah. Gone.
And now, if you capture with your this knight, that is what we were discussing, you will lose your rook.
Yeah.
And now game
If
over.
I had captured with my rook also, then that knight gone.
Yes.
Gone.
Okay. So good game to learn things. Now we will see few position that you face the problem.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you tell me the position?
Like person number 159. 158 and 159. Both I couldn't solve.
You tell me the 58.
158. Did I solve this? I solved 158, I think. Anyway, was it correct? You'll have to find out. King e3. Bishop on f7. And 5 points. One is on a4, b3, f4, g3, h3. Black king on f5. It's a knight on c7. 4 pawns. Is on a6, b5, f6, h5. Yes, that's all.
White to play or what?
White to play. 1 point only. White to play. Even just 1 point, I'm unable to solve. Okay, such a big one. Three. White to play. I think
No, just because it is 1 point, don't think they are easy.
yeah, I thought it's easy, but no, all the more difficult. First is the king move, I think. King f3,
King
and
F3,
then
okay.
move the pawn to give check. King f3.
So after King F3, tell me any move for black.
See, the king is in the safest square. It can't move anywhere. So what it will do? If the king comes here, king cannot come here. King cannot come here. Okay, black can move. What it will move? Move its knight, supposing to d5.
Okay, knight D5 then.
D5. Then I move my pawn from g3 to g4 check.
Then
That h5 captures h5 capture g4.
you will not say H5, you will say H capture only.
H capture on g4. Okay.
Then
Again that H capture. Again same thing. Huh? H captures g4.
yes, yes.
Okay. So where the king cannot go here. Cannot go here. It cannot go up. It cannot go here. It cannot come here because of the king. This no, I was not able to solve. So this king move I saw. After that, Gadi
No, but you solved right now.
because I saw no.
You saw the
When I
answer.
solved no, when I solved it in the morning, it was just impossible. Then I thought, okay, let me see the first move. So in that answers, the first move I saw.
Yeah, but now you know the answer, right?
Yeah.
So now it's very so basically
Because
the
like the king also plays a important role, no, here. Like I was trying to solve with that g4, then this attacking, then the king went there. So supposing the king had not moved, first move is not the king move, then you can't solve it, no?
yes.
Hmm.
So that is why you have to see that this king is threat.
Yes,
This king cannot move. This pawn is controlling these two squares. This bishop is controlling these two squares.
these two squares, yeah.
The
So
only
give
thing you
check
need to
from
do
there.
is give check.
Yes,
But when you straight away start giving check, you can capture. When you capture with this pawn, this king can capture.
yes,
So when this pawn capture on g4, you need something to support this.
yeah.
And that is why you will play king f3. And now whatever he does, nothing,
Hmm. Yes,
game over.
you can't capture also. Yes.
So this move is called preparatory moves that you are preparing for this checkmate.
Okay. Other one also I couldn't solve. Yeah, I couldn't solve. Although I saw, I think, very difficult. This was puzzle number 159. King on b1, rook on c3, and the rook on c8. 4 minus 1 is on a3, b2, d7, f3, h2. Black king on b5, 2 rook, one is on d8, another on f8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 pawns. a4, f6, g5, h5.
White to play, right?
Right to play.
Yes, this is also very good position. This is very simple, but it follow the same idea.
No. Let me check from C5. What is happening is I can't move this. What is happening is come to 6. Comes to 6. How do I play this? I couldn't solve this. Okay. Hold on.
Tell me what will be the situation where black king is checkmated? How that situation will look like? Where will be your piece?
See, the moment I move my rook to some other square like B or this, that rook will capture my rook. So I
No.
want it in the file like C. Now it is on the C file.
So tell me how a checkmate will look like in this case. Suppose you can just pick up. You will get, so for example, you get the two moves continuously, and your opponent is not moving. So I am giving you two moves. Your opponent will not move anything. So tell me what will you do?
C5. Yeah, this rook.
This rook to
C3 to
C.
C5. C3 to C5.
Then the second move. This is your first move.
So that B rook from C8 to B8.
C8 to B8. Is it checkmate?
What is happening? It can go to A5, A6.
Yes. So I am giving you two free moves. So again, try to find checkmate.
Okay.
The black will only move after your second. He is giving you first free move.
Okay. So goes to 6. It's fine. First, if I move to B8,
Yeah,
C8 to B8,
you can do that then.
check. So now the king cannot come to the C rank or to the B rank. So it comes to A.
No,
A5 or
this
A6.
this king is not going anywhere. He's challenging you.
Two moves.
He's challenging you, and He's telling you, if you can kill me in 2 moves. I'm standing right there.
The moment it moves there, that rook will hit. Okay. Yes. So first, if I move b3, what will happen if I move b3? Not a check. He captures b3.
No, wait. He's not capturing. He's giving you free moves.
Yeah. So I will capture them. Then you check. Then I move to c4. c4. It will capture my rook. It cannot capture because I have that c8. Okay. If I go to c4, it's not a check. And then I move c5. c3. c5. This is c5. Right. From c3 to c5. Okay. Check. Come here, so it will go here. It comes here. Okay. It can't go here. What I will do is this pawn move here. Okay. Okay. Supposing this comes from c3 to c5. So it goes to say 5.
He's not going anywhere.
So if it's not going anywhere, I move my pawn then to 4. If b4. So this is taken care of. What about this? This one is here. First is a8. Rook from b c8 to a8. Then what is happening?
Okay, tell me, when you play rook c4 check, what is the problem you are facing? Suppose if black king can move, where is this king going?
We can go to the a5, a6.
He can go to a6, he can go to b6, not a5.
Oh yeah, right.
So these two square he can go, right?
Yes.
So what you want to do is, you want to play rook c5, but you don't want this king to go to 6th rank. So why don't you try doing something so that when you play rook c5 check, this king should not be able to go to 6th. So did you get your
The
objective?
rook to 6. 6, c6.
Which rook?
Other rook to c6 or what?
You think and tell me.
See, first is if I bring this rook to 6, c6.
First you are saying.
Yeah, from c8 to c6.
Okay,
Yes.
now tell me any move for black.
Black that captures that pawn. D7.
Okay, then
Yeah. Then I can move this C3 to C5.
then
Now where the king can go? It can't go there, it can't go there, it can't come here because of this pawn. Yes.
this is checkmate,
So
right?
first is C8 to C6.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
this idea you have to see. You want to play c6 to take control of the sixth rank.
Oh, this was so tough. Oh God. Hmm.
You have to
Because
find,
block that. No,
yes,
I am wondering that A file only I am looking like. I want to bring my rook to that eighth rank. So then,
this pawn is
yeah,
controlling b4. King cannot come.
yes,
King cannot go to c. Where the king can go, king can only go to these two squares.
yes.
So take control of these two squares first.
First, yes,
Now it is checkmate in next moves.
yes,
Now whatever he does, for example, he may try rook c8.
yes,
Just ignore it. Give check. Checkmate.
yes. Yeah. See, this is, very typical, like very advanced position of checkmate, I will say. We are not pushing the king to A rank also, no? It is something like sixth rank, fifth rank, horizontally we are.
Yes.
So if we are not disconnecting the rook also at the same time.
Yes.
Mm,
So this is very important. Checkmate patterns.
yeah, this was
Okay.
too tough. Yeah.
Okay. Next position. We will solve one or two more.
Yes, yes. This was impossible for me.
And now it will be possible next time.
Yeah, at least the rook generally I am able to solve, but I should. Okay, 160, puzzle number 160. King on e3. There is a rook on a7, knight on f6, pawn on f3, king on h6, black king on h6, rook on f5, two pawns. One is on e5, one is on g6. G6. That's it.
Is
White
white
to
to
play.
play?
Yeah. It comes here. It can come here. Check. Goes up. Check. First, I will move this one. F4. F4. Just check. It can come here. Oh, okay. Check. Here, check. Can you come? can't capture. Okay. Rook on. First I move my pawn to f4, but then this will capture. Okay, so give check with this. Yes, check. There. Rook on 7, h7. So now that's simple. Check. Then it will come here. Come here. And what I do, come here and check. So, on h7, check. Capture this. Check. Oh. Knight on g4. Knight g4 check.
Then
Knight g4 check. Where it will go? It can come. Can come here also. King can come to h5. What's happening? Here. H5. Okay, the king comes to capture this one. Okay, let's try this one. Knight on g4. Knight g4. What the king will do? It can come to g5. G5. What I can do then? It's not working. Not working. Okay, if the knight comes to h7, capture because of this. So it comes here. Here. Very difficult. Very difficult.
Tell me all the checks.
Knight on G4. Knight
Second,
G8. Rook
third.
H7. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you calculated all of them?
See, first try with the rook. Rook H7. Not working.
Why?
Because then king can run to 5. G5.
So much calculate. Keep calculating.
G5. And I bring my knight to E4. Knight E4. It can't come here, it can't come here. So, okay. Rook on H7. The king moves to G5. Knight on E4. Knight E4, what will happen? Can't go there. Can't capture. Can't come here. The king can go back to F. No, because that knight is there. It can't come there. Okay. To 7, 7. King comes here. Then here. Check. It can't come here. It can't come there. Yes. I think checkmate.
No, you have to be sure. There is nothing.
H7. Rook comes to H7. Check. King to G5. What I do? Rook to E4. E4. It can't come here. It can't come here. Yes. Checkmate.
Yes, this is the checkmate. First you will play rook H7 check.
So very difficult.
This rook is defended by your knight.
So, yeah. Now see all this imagination, no? Like your king is here. Oh God. This also I was thinking this king can move to 6. Then I suddenly remembered, oh my rook, my knight is on E4. Difficult, huh? All these puzzles are very difficult for that matter.
But you have to solve them.
Leech's
These
puzzles are quite easy. That Leech's puzzles, no? I keep
Yes.
solving that. So those are a bit easy.
But these all you have to solve. There is no other way around.